Hello my friends! This week I have some amazing mail to share. This first one is from Bec at Hello, my name is Bec, and she sent me this beautiful Gaudi decorated envelope. As you may know, Antoni Gaudi was a Spanish Art Nouveau architect. He designed the Sagrada Familia and the Parc Güell in Barcelona. One of my favourite Art Nouveau architects. And here is the beautiful flipbook that she made me. She included some really delicious sounding tea that I'm intrigued to try, and these wonderful laminated cards with some pressed flowers and leaves in it. And I know Bec's a keen gardener, as am I. So that's a really, really nice touch. That'd be great for putting washi tape samples on, or as you'll see later, some wax seal samples. And I love that little laminated piece of paper with all the happy mails on it, and these beautiful girl die cuts as well. And look at this beautiful cockatiel card. How am I ever going to use that? It's so lovely. And this button with this funny little cockatiel on it grinning away. And these cute stickers that remind me so much of Remy, because he's like a yellowy, whitey sort of cockatiel as well. And these beautiful tags with little wax seal decorations on them, and more wax seals. And I love these. Another one of those cards. I actually have that one with the tulip on it myself, but the rest of them are absolutely the sorts of seals that I would very much like to own, so it's nice to have some samples of those. And yeah, I love the little sort of frayed edges on this flip book, and yeah, it's beautiful. So here's my faux Delphonics pouch that I made myself, and I thought I'd just show you what I'm going to do with my lovely cockatiel button that Bec sent me, and I think that is the perfect place for my new little friend there. I've got my coffee woven patch and my coffee cup and my travel pin, and yeah, it looks great. And I got some other mail too. I got this scrunchy wunchy mail from Helen over at Cheery Letters. Well, she's one half of Cheery Letters. It's Helen and Claire together. And she's popped in this tea that she picked up at a rodeo in Texas. I've never been to a rodeo, so I can only imagine. But it's got the yellow rose of Texas in the tea, and this sort of country bandana western print on the label, and yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to trying that as well. And now in here, in this really beautifully decorated little pocket envelope, with these lovely doily die cuts and flower die cuts. In here is my letter from Helen, so I've already read that, but obviously I won't be sharing that. And this lovely decorated like cluster tag, so I'm going to put that in my journal for sure. And she's also sent me some more tea, which is this TWG tea, which is a tea brand from Singapore, which I do really, really love when I have the rare opportunity to try it. So Silver Moon tea, that's a new one to me, so that will be good to try. So I'm just slowly bringing out all the goodies. She's popped in some samples of some PET tapes in this little bag. Cheery Letters, Helen and Claire started their Etsy store together exactly a year ago. And so they've been celebrating their anniversary because it was in May. And they stock all these amazing die cuts and PET tape. And here's a Freckles tea one. And of course the other one was a cafe analog tape that's called Wanderlust. Both Helen and I do enjoy to travel. That's something we have in common. And they also make their own really intricate die cuts, so I was absolutely thrilled to receive these from Helen with these frames and flourishes and all sorts of things. And she really she's got a beautiful eye for colour, and the papers, like some of them are slightly metallic, but they're always just so beautiful and so complementary in the color tones. And yeah, if you're not familiar with Helen's Instagram, I would go and have a look, and cheery letters, especially for those of you in the US. They've really curated a beautiful selection of products. Now, I was really thrilled to receive this stamp. This was a collaboration between Irette and Cheery Letters. It's a celebration stamp of the anniversary of starting their business, and it's so delicate, and there it says 05 and over there 2022 and the floral elements, and it says today is your day, make it yours. And both Helen and Claire have this beautiful inclusive, engaging, a beautiful attitude, and they're so supportive to the journaling community and to creatives in the journaling community. And they're two very lovely ladies, I have to say. It's a privilege to have met them over the last few years. So I think Helen's made a pocket here out of a calendar, and she's popped some goodies, including these Beatrix Potter stickers. We met over a Beatrix Potter mail post that I put up, and I also had some die cuts in my store. And at that point, I was still posting to the US. I've since am just servicing the Australian market. It's just too difficult to send things overseas in terms of goods and products. She also manages to find these lovely Japanese memo notes and these gorgeous autumn leaves. And she sent me a ticket from a garden that I think she and her family visited last year. And this beautiful decorated receipt note with a Jessalyn Padilla stamp and Black Milk Project stamp on it, and these papers, the Happy Mail papers, the handmade papers, vintage book papers. Now this one with Totoro on it. So cute. And then I had to have a laugh at this recipe book with this very old-fashioned golfer, and I did have a laugh at that in his socks, blessing the course. And here's an illustration from a Dutch children's book with all the autumn leaves and the children playing in the autumn leaves. And this one with Polly the parrot, which of course reminds me of my lovely Remy. And we're still sad about Percy. We still miss Percy, but yes, he did bring us a lot of joy when he was with us, and Remy is full of life and fun. So let's get on to decorating the page for last week, and I caught up with a friend on Saturday who had a little birthday gift for me as well, and she had wrapped it in this lovely paper, and I thought the colours went so nicely with so many of the elements that I got in my happy mails. So I wanted to put some of that paper in there, as well as that tag from Helen and that tag from Bec and the girl from Bec, because that jumper that she's got on, all the colours, well, to me the colours work beautifully together. And I put in the label from the anniversary stamp, and so I don't know, it probably looks like a bit of a hodgepodge, but to me everything on that page is a beautiful memory and has significance for the people who have given it to me. And so I've stamped with my new stamp there. And of course, last week was the change of the month, and it is now June, and it's gotten cold all of a sudden. Even here in Brisbane it's gotten cold, and all of a sudden we're in our winter clothes, and we had our first fire last week, because the house, we live in this very old Queenslander house, which is basically a very it's just a timber house with a lot of gaps in the floors and walls, and it gets cold. And yes, our old lady is well over 100 years old, and yes, so we need our fire here, even in subtropical Brisbane. So here I am, just making a couple of little notes to myself about the happy mails I received and the different pieces on the page. And yes, so that's about it. So I hope last week you didn't get too cold and or too hot if you're on the opposite side of the world, and that you're enjoying a new month, and that you're staying well, because certainly there seems to be an upsweep in some nasty coughs and colds going around, as if we need that as well. So in the meantime, have a wonderful week, have a wonderful start to June, and I will talk to you next week. Oh, and don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, click that button now. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.